Welcome to Arnie's Class Podcast. I'm Arnie Aniel. I'm an HR development consultant, an international public speaker, a workshop facilitator, a coach, and an educator. Life is a great opportunity, and we all learn life lessons every day. This podcast is all about those lessons. Lessons like gratitude, confidence, happiness, mindset, and a lot more. Learning without action is information. Learning with action is transformation. Join me, learn, and transform yourself into a better you. Life mates, welcome to another episode. And in this episode, it's not just going to be listen and learn, but also entertain. It's going to be an entertaining episode because my very special guest is a singer, a professional singer. Music is everywhere. You go to a restaurant, you go to the malls, even at schools and workplaces, people listen to music. And music has an effect on our moods, on our emotions. Some music relaxes us and some music energizes us. And some music or some songs bring us memories. I was born and raised in the Philippines where everyone sings every day, every single day. And I'm telling you, a lot of people in the Philippines sing and can sing very well. With my special guest, I'm going to ask him more about music and song, and probably we're going to learn some techniques if you're interested to be a singer. What is your favorite song? What music do you listen to? I believe that music is part of our culture, a part of our lives, and a part of who you are. In this episode, listen, learn, and be entertained. My special guest for this episode is a worldwide performer from Paris and Bangkok. He is known as Le Tenor, multi-talented Thai French singer who learned to play classical guitar with Maestro Jean-Luck Derby, a master vocal coach at Bangkok Superstar Academy. He's had 3,000 international shows in Europe, Asia, Africa, and the US. He composed his first songs as a teenager and went to become one of Europe's nightclub's top promoters. And he combines his incredibly rich tenor vocals with amazing guest stars in his live performances, reviewed as powerful, charismatic, and sensational. Please welcome my special guest, Yves Baron. Yves,
Hello, Kunalni. How are you?
I'm great. How are you? And thank you so much for your acceptance for this invitation.
Yeah, well, thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure. Yves, let's start. Yves, when did you start singing professionally?
That's a great question. First it we have to go step by step. I started learning about singing in my mid-20s. So I
Oh,
went to sing professionally after my training, which means I would say before my 30s. So it's been a long road, and even to start was a long road.
I know. But normally, I know some people, they really start very young. But you
Yes,
started in your 20s.
yes,
But,
late.
but what was it that made you decide, I want to be a singer? I want to learn how to sing.
I always had that dream, when you mentioned Jean-Luc Derby, he was my maestro in guitar. So I learned that as a teenager. And when I was composing songs, I would put my voice on it at that age of teenager. But, life went on. I went into the nightclub industry. So I was quite busy with this. But every nightclub person is a wannabe artist, to be honest. Every
Oh,
nightclub person would have loved to be I don't know, like a superstar of the ballet, an opera singer, a rock star, and everything. And so it's the ultimate dream of every nightlife guy. So dream, my daydream actually, being a
okay.
night guy was to be a singer. It was in the back of my mind. And then I said, okay, let me drop the night and try to have this daydream happen.
Wow. So you made the decision by yourself or someone else asked you or motivated you or inspired you to be a singer?
Eh, I would say I was always motivated because in my family, maybe like in your family, anyone can a little bit sing, like my parents, my brothers, etc. So we have a family voice, let's call it, of family voices. And I guess it's the same in the Philippines, right?
Well, they always say like that, but I think I'm the exemption. So we can say that it runs in your blood.
A little bit, yeah. Music does anyway. Not
Wow.
particularly singing, but music does. Yes.
Yes. Do you have any favorite early favorite singers or bands that like, oh wow, I like their songs. I like their style when you were young?
Yeah. When I was young, I was listening to a lot of pop UK music, so and American pop music and soul music. So basically, it sounds very classic for a person my generation, but Michael Jackson, of course, for the US side, and George Michael for the UK side, and Prince in the middle. Those three were the main influences, and then I discovered all this singing world, which is unlimited and endless.
I see. Wow. I have a question that probably a lot of listeners also want to know. Because in the Philippines, I've heard that if you're a singer, you cannot eat ice cream. You are not supposed to drink cold water to prepare your vocal cords and things like that. How about you? How do you prepare for your
Y-
gigs?
Yeah, I prepare by training, and for me, singing is the combo of two elements that any one of us has, which means our breathing capacity, so breathing first, and sound. We all have our own sound, right? So I would say breathing plus sounding equal singing. So I work on my breathing a lot, like by swimming or doing yeah, breathing exercises. Anything that's cardio helps. And then I practice. I open the voice. People call it warm up, but I would say it's like opening resonances in your own body in order for your own wind to resonate in this.
I see. But do you eat ice cream? I'm just curious.
Yes, yes, I do.
Okay. And you drink cold water too.
Sometimes, yes, but it helps when I have more smooth, or I wouldn't say super hot or super cold. How do you say?
Like warm water,
Yeah,
will
warm.
you say?
Yes,
Okay. I see.
exactly.
I see. But do
Exactly.
you practice every day? Is it a daily activity
Yes.
for you? It's like a routine.
Yes, yes. I have to, especially when I'm in a, how do you say, very intense concert
Oh,
calendar, which is the case at the moment. I sing every night, sometimes twice in two different places per night. So the voice has to be prepared for that for sure.
oh wow. How long for one show, Eve? How long do you sing? Like it's a 45-minute, 50-minute, or 1 hour
It's
like
mostly
show?
1 hour 30.
1 hour and 30 seconds.
Yes, yes,
Oh wow. But you don't sing like continually from like 1 hour and thirty minutes. Do you have like a break in between?
yes. You have a break every, yeah, like 30 minutes, I would say. You have a small break. So effectively 1 hour 30, but of course you have breaks here and there.
I
So you
see.
can put it like 2 hours something.
Let's continue with your journey. You said that it started in your 20s. And then
Yes.
what made you decide that this is it? I want to be a professional singer.
Um, I would say I met a when I was interested in taking singing lessons, I met a mentor. That mentor is an opera singer, was, rest in peace, an opera singer, Alexander Bor from Czech Republic. So, and I discovered that I had that kind of classical voice, in my range, so that I could explore that. And of course, I was way too old, let's say, to be in the pop circuit.
Okay,
The pop circuit, as you mentioned, people start very early, etc.
that's right.
And when the classical is more unlimited, You can start classical actually at any age. It's kind of musical theater singing. Or look at Susan Boyle. You remember
Oh
Susan
yes, of
Boyle?
course,
Yes.
from
So
British Got Talent.
yes, a British Got Talent. So or Paul Potts at the time. So these people were up to the 40s, almost 50s, and were singing. When you sing evergreen melodies or classical style, no matter what, if it's classical jazz, classical musical theater, or even classical opera, there's no age for that. There's an age for pop and punchy music like hip hop, etc. There's an age to start, but for classical in general, there's no age to start.
You can start at any age, whether
Yes,
you're in your 40s, your 50s, or
yes, absolutely,
nice, nice. That what
absolutely.
kind of songs do you normally sing?
I sing, yeah, classical pieces, so Italian and Spanish, Latin languages, mostly of them, and then popera, which is the modern way of doing the classical singing, which means you take a pop song and you do a classical version of it.
I
So
see.
this is what many people do. I think you have killer voices in the Philippines
Oh
doing
yes,
that
I know
as well.
some. I know really
There's
really good singers in the Philippines.
Yeah, what is the name of that young guy who went on X Factor USA and who can do Bocelli and Celine Dion at the same
Oh
time? And
yes. Oh my God. Yes. I he actually even went to America's Got Talent. I
yeah,
think that was last year or last 2 years.
yes,
That's right.
amazing. So that kind of the prayer is a
Yes.
song which has, I mean, they have every aspect you can imagine. It has the spiritual one, the prayer, and it has the classical one, and it has the pop format of 4 minutes. So everything is said. You get the classic, you get the spiritual, and you get the pop side of that song. This is a genius masterpiece of art, actually.
And of course you sing this song.
Yeah, 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 absolutely. It's better in a duet, but you can do it solo. But I mean, what's surprising with this kid it is that he could do the
Both.
two voices.
Normally, when of course teenager and then you go to university, you study
Yes.
and you think I want to study, for example, engineering, or I want to study medicine because I want to be a doctor. I want to be an engineer. I want to be a nurse. I want to go abroad. How about you? Because, most of the time people think that singing is, of course, it's a habit, but at the same time, you can be a professional singer. That's given. But not all will decide that, yes, I will go for it. This is going to be my profession for my whole life. Eve, what's about you? Like, what is it about you that, yes, this is my path?
Yeah, the path is, oh, it's all about freedom and vision of the world. Uh, I would say a singer is a sweet rebel. He's a rebel. He refuses uh, the law, the structure of the world, the obligation of this world, the defined path, like, okay, uni, blah blah blah, as you mentioned. Okay, so this is, but in a sweet way, because music is here to unite people, to heal people, etc. So you have other rebels, they would take, I don't know, a weapon and maybe like destroy everything, like in that movie Falling Down with Michael Douglas. You
Yes.
heard about that movie?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that
So the
movie.
guy, like, boom, in his head is say, okay, I refuse all of this. I'm gonna, I mean, at the end, he doesn't, but I'm gonna try to kill everybody. I'm so against everything of that. So you have that kind of rebellion, which is a very dangerous one, and you have the sweet rebellion, as John Lennon wrote, "Imagine all the people." So I prefer that side of rebellion.
Okay, not the other side, not the first side that you
No,
mentioned.
no, 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 not at all. Violence is not possible. Music, as I told you, is a soul connecting tool. It's connecting souls. That's what it is about, and it heals the souls as well, the souls of the public and the soul of the singer at the same time. So this is the mission. This is where it is. So in the back of my mind, I would have loved to be a kind of doctor or healer, and I do it through music. basically.
Yeah, because we all know about music therapy and how music can actually help people, especially even those who are having like mental challenges. They said music
Yes,
can really help.
yes, it does. Absolutely,
But
absolutely.
personally, you mentioned, you already mentioned about music can heal. Music is not just for the audience, but for the singer. But personally, Eve, what is music for you?
Haha,
What
music
does it
is
mean for you, like personally?
music is life. Music is above everything. For me, it's a divine gift for sure that I give back. Music, yeah, music is companionship that never ends. In fact, it's a companionship for every one of us, because look at that, how many people remind or daydream or just listening to music, it it makes you travel in 1 second. You find yourself geographically, oh, I was there when I listened to that track, I was with that person when I listened to that track. So a simple track, a few seconds, a few bars of a song that touches the heart of the people, it's an amazing, it's and you know what, you can travel without taking a plane.
Oh, yes. I think listening to music is like reading a book. It's a
Yes,
journey. It can take you from one place to another, but you're just in one place, but at the same time, you can travel and have that journey.
yes, absolutely agreed with that, absolutely, yes.
If every profession or everything we do, there's always the good side and not so good side. Like, because I'll give you an example, like modeling. Modeling, I think a lot of people will like, oh, I want to be a model. We see, wow, handsome, sexy, beautiful, and things like that. But on the other hand, before you can actually be in that commercial or in that photo, you have to actually audition, and you experience rejection. And that's what I've heard from the models I know. They are being rejected and they question themselves, am I not good looking enough? So it means I still have to enhance myself. How about in the singing profession?
That
What
is the same.
I see.
On paper, it is the same, but I've learned from a comedian, a famous comedian that was doing a one-man show. And that's where the nightclubbing helped me a lot, because in nightclub, at the time when I was filling up a place, we didn't have social media. So we had to print flyers, go in the street and approach people we didn't know, invite them to a party and bring them into the nightclub. So that logic of being a street marketer, of being able to talk to people on the street, I kept for once I went into the music industry. So, and on top of that, that comedian I'm talking about, his name is Elie Semoun. He said the moment I decided that I wouldn't never audition anymore is the moment where I became an artist. Which means, in other terms, instead of auditioning, so waiting for the audition and answering to job ads, you inverse the logic. You the host of your own show, so you go into the production to invite them to your show. This is a total different inverse mirror,
That's right.
because you're not receiving the information anymore. You're providing, you're giving them, instead of waiting and receiving and going, being rejected and all that. This is exhausting, that process that you just described, and I believe it is. But when you inverse and you become your own entrepreneur, then you go to the places, you go to the same productions that would cast you or audition you and say, okay, guys, here is my show. I invite you if you have time. And then that's how it works. The people, maybe one on the over 100 is going to show up. And if he likes the show, that's total benefit, because he's going to hire you from them. But instead of, you are Leinik and you are an anonymous guy, and at least you have a name, you build up your name like that. You build up your name because you have the guts to go to their places instead of them calling you, and how to make the difference, because great singers are everywhere, my friend.
I know. I know.
Everywhere. Even at
Yeah,
that street corner, there might be thousands of them.
that's right. That's right. But how is the competition? Eve?
Uh, if for me, an artist to an artist cannot be a competitor because the other fellow artists for me, they're not my competitors, they're my inspiration. So that's why I always support them. I always encourage them. I always motivate them because, in fact, they are my inspiration. Everyone is, from the unknown artist to the superstar. Everyone is my inspiration. So I don't feel the competition at all. I have tons of friends in the industry. I mean,
Who are
friends
also
in,
singers.
yeah, singers, musicians, artists in general, one man show. And yeah, I've tailored a show where in which I can have guest stars all the time. So because of that, I made friends with many people because I need guest stars to enlighten my show.
Oh,
At the
that's
end of the
nice.
day, of course, I have tons of friends, and plus they behave very good with me because they hope to be on my show, and it's paid. So
That's the best part of it, Eve. You are paid. Nice. Will you encourage someone, like, if someone approaches you like very young
yes,
and dreaming of becoming a singer, an
yes.
artist, will you encourage that person?
Of course, absolutely. You have to live to make your dreams live. A life without dreams, Arnie. What is a life without dreams? Seriously.
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, and
Agree.
if they are living dreams like dreams that you put into life, it's even better. But a life without dream is not a life. It's simple
Exactly.
as that. So from that basic, it's just where I build my reflection on life. I say, okay, but and you know what? At the end of the day, um, I love also the quote that 50 Cent used. I don't remember if it was both in his biography, both the title of a movie. Okay, it was based on wealth, but you can replace the words. He said, "Get rich or die trying." It's the same. Go to be a singer or die trying. Because the main word, the main thing in life is trying. No matter if you succeed or not, trying, 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 keep on trying all the time. Keep on trying. Because trying by itself is a success. It's a mindset, it's a success. The action of trying is a success by itself. We don't have to take care, to pay too much attention to the results. Just trying.
Nice. Yes, I've heard about it. At least you're doing something. You're moving forward. You're not like stagnant, just in one place, doing nothing to reach your goals and to realize your dreams or pursue your dreams. That's very nice, Eve. That's very nice. But what will you do to a person like, yes, I want to be a singer, but they can't sing?
They can't or they can.
No, because like there are some who are like they really want to be a singer, but the talent is not up to that level that, well, I'm not a professional singer. I don't know whether is it possible to make someone a singer even though they don't have really that voice for singing.
Yeah, if they're motivated, of course. Of course, it requires a lot of work, and a lot of hygiene as well, a lot of self-discipline. I know that it doesn't sound sexy or funny to be disciplined, but for me, discipline is the most appealing word ever. I love discipline. So for me, it's very motivating to be disciplined, but some people hate it, like, oh, I don't want to be disciplined. Um, and there's no guarantee because people say, okay, you say if I am disciplined, I'm going to achieve that dream of being a singer, but I might not achieve it. I say true, but for sure, if you're not disciplined, you will never achieve it. That's for
Correct.
sure. And of course, being disciplined doesn't guarantee you're going to achieve it. But once again, it depends if you want to keep on trying or if you're quitting, but winners never quit. Never,
Yes,
never, never quit.
that's right.
I can't.
That's right. But if can you share some techniques, like very basic techniques for those who are aspiring to be singers, professional singers, or those who want to be singers, but the voice is not yet there. I mean, the talent is not up to that level yet. So, what kind of practice or routine that they can do in order to to have the talent
You
inside?
know, very simple to develop your breathing. You can do very simple, and you can do that from your device, from your with your headphones, from a computer. You just basically go, I don't know, you do a Google research, and you try when you do a Google research, and let's say you put the word harmony in the Google engine, and you will see all those lines appearing on your screen. Well, try to read them without breathing as long as you can.
Without breathing, Eve.
Breathe out in a row, like you read like you're reading a book, and you breathe as less as possible, which means you go, you read, you try to read the whole page. If you can't, it's never mind. You do maybe, if you're lucky, the luck of the beginner, you know that luck. Sometimes
Yes.
you get the luck of the beginner. Maybe because your breath is insanely, and I don't know, you get the gift, the luck of the beginner, you can read 20% of that page, whether it's a Google page, whether it's a book page, or a phone page, doesn't matter really, or a message or something like that, or the press article online, etc. So you read that, and by chance you arrive to 20%. That's okay. Then the next day you try to read a little bit more, and then a little bit more, and then you increase your breathing. If you have a good breathing already, it's 50%, 50% of the road already done.
Oh,
So,
wow. So
so that's
reading without breathing.
yes, absolutely.
Wow. I'll take that. Can I ask for another one? Another technique
Yeah,
aside from
yeah,
that?
sure, sure. Well, the classic, the Bible, I would say the Bible exercise of all singers is the lip thrill, of course. That one. And you can go from your chest to your head voice, like you do like a siren. And same technique. You go as low as you can and as up as you can on that thing, just playing around. So, for example, luck of the beginner, you go quite high. You try to repeat it to go to your highest spot. But of course, next day you have to go higher than your highest spot of Monday, etc. You try to, yeah,
Nice.
trying, and that's how we progress. You know, that's how the humming also. The placement really. Um, the Italian call it contro il masco, which means behind the mask, which
I
means
see.
like you know the Venetian mask, like
Yes.
on the carnival. It's that zone that has to resonate a lot. This is where the harmonies of any voices are, and that liberates your throat because people push on the throat. If you focus on the Zorro mask here, you would leave your throat just being a vibrating space without being the source of when we push on our throat, it's not very good, you
I
know.
see. Interesting. Which I think going to help me a lot also in public speaking.
Yeah. In public speaking, basically, the resonance in sound, whether it's a speaking or a singing sound, the resonance, the most comfortable is, imagine this is a box, right? You have
Yes.
the top of the box. Well, you have to sing over the top of the box, never in the box. So you have to sing over the upper part of the box, the part that opens. How do you call that
Like
part?
like the cover of the box?
Yeah,
Is that what you say? The top part of the
the
box.
cover of the box is your upper lip. The
I
box
see.
is your underlip, right?
Oh, I see.
So you always have to focus in resonating here above the upper.
I
Here
see.
you forget it. All of that you forget. It doesn't exist. It's the semicircle here that has to be your resonance space. So you liberate, you free the throat, and in that way it's never tired as well. You can go forever like
I
that.
see. So when you speak or when you sing, you focus on this part. Is that what you
Trying,
mean? Yeah.
trying, unless you know, you have a short night, and then but it also, how can I explain that? It depends on our conception of ourselves, which means I believe we are a mind surrounded by a body. For me, I'm not a body with a mind. I believe I am a mind
With
surrounded
the
by a
body.
body. So the fatigue of the body, I never relate to it. I try then to just my muscles are here. So I
Hmm.
say, okay, okay, I can make it, I can make it, and then the voice following. Last night was a super tiring gig, for example, but I didn't give up. I talked to my brain and I say, okay, you can do it. And finally the voice came back, but it was a long road.
Oh, wow. Wow, and congratulations.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you.
But with the years of experience, I'm sure you can always overcome such challenges every now and then. How long have you been singing professionally, Eve?
And now more than 20 years now.
Wow,
So
what an
yeah.
accomplishment. Yes.
What about you with public speaking?
Public speaking, I think 13 years.
Wow. That's a
I've been
lot as
speaking
well.
publicly 13 years. And it's interesting. I've learned a lot from public speaking. And singing, of course, is always a part of Filipinos, you know? A lot of people around the world, they always say we are born entertainers.
You are.
Yeah, I can still remember when my first world championship speaking contest when I went to the US. That was in 2015. The last part of my speech, I sang a part or like a song. I sang a song in the last part of
Wow.
my speech.
A song in Filipino?
No, no, in English. It was about because my speech, the message was about don't compare yourself with other or don't compare yourself to other people.
Aha.
How come I forgot the song? You see, I should have prepared for this. I never expect that we're going to talk about this. Eve, I know you listen, you've sang a lot of songs in your life, but is there a favorite song that really resonates about your life or the meaning or what is life all about? Is there a song, particular song that wow, this is the song?
Yeah. Well, it's a classic one, but for me, it's "Ain't No Mountain High"
Oh,
from from Marvin Gaye and Tammy Terrell. I mean, it's been sung by
yes.
phew,
A lot of
tons.
people, a lot of singers.
Yeah, a lot of singers. But "Ain't No Mountain High," that gospelish that they and and also it's a more commercial song, I would say, in more modern and up to date. Although it's quite old, it's because I love so much. I'm inspired so much by the athletes in general. So I would say "The World's Greatest" from R. Kelly, writing for Ali soundtrack.
Oh,
That
see the
song.
movie.
That
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, and that song has a gospel flavor to it. And R. Kelly has written, of course, "I Believe I Can Fly."
Oh,
That's
yes.
Yeah, that's a super classic. But I prefer "The World's Greatest." "The World's Greatest" is more, how do you say? It's really an ego trip song, but we all need to ego trip, especially in the morning when we are tired.
I totally agree. Yes, sometimes it's a challenge for us to power the morning.
Yeah.
How can you like have the energy and start the day?
Yeah, it's all about the morning if you think about it.
I know, I
Because if the
know.
morning is not super fine, then the rest of the day is kind of slow.
Totally agree. Eve, I hope this is not much to request. Can you sing a part of that song? Just a part.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Wait. I am a mountain. I am a tall tree. Oh, I am a swift wind sweeping the country. I am a river down in the valley. Oh, I am a vision. I can see clearly. If anybody asks you who I am, just stand up tall, look him in the face and say, "Oh Lord, I'm the star up in the sky. I'm the mountain peak up high. Yeah, I made it. I'm the world's greatest. I'm a little bit of hope when my back's against the ropes. Can you feel it? I'm the world's greatest. That's it.
Oh, wow. How I wish I can sing like that. That's very nice. We've been talking about a lot of positive things about singing, but what challenges that you faced in your career as a singer?
It's an everyday challenge because of two factors. Of course, the economical one, you have to make a living. You're a perpetual freelancer. So you have to make you your own entrepreneur. So there's no choice. Uh, and I would say with singing, it's very particular because there's a dimension that's very unique in that instrument is that you don't do only the instrument or make the instrument sound, you are the instrument. For example, when I was playing guitar, okay, I play guitar. When I'm tired of playing guitar, I put the guitar in the box. That's it. But tired of, of me, I mean, you know what I mean? The voice, the relation with the voice, you cannot put the voice in a box and forget about it. This is mission impossible. You live in your voice.
That's right.
So you
That's right.
are what you do. This is very specific. So mentally, when you let yourself go into the deepness of the ocean, the voice follows because the voice is you. So this is what's challenging is the emotions linked to it. Because life is a journey, and as Jesse J sings pretty well in the song, it's okay not to be okay, right?
That's right.
But the thing is that if you it's okay to be okay, I would say as a singer, if you don't have a show on the night. because
Yeah,
because you know
correct.
you're a vocalist yourself, you're a public speaker. So it's okay not to be okay unless you have a performance or a podcast to do. Then no matter what, you have to find a way to pursue that. So the emotions linked to that. So the material unknown part of it, this discovery, what is today, what is tomorrow, nothing is guaranteed at all, like zero. So yeah, making a living out of it as a freelancer, I would say this is the challenge. And yeah, and always remember that this industry has a double name, show business. You have to be good on the show. You have to be also business aware of the business part. It's as we say in French, it's an ego with two heads. You cannot just be a super showman, because if you are a super showman and you have no clue about business, then you're going to get ripped off by fabulous businessmen who will exploit the talent.
Correct. Yes.
And that was, back in the days, that was the case for many superstars in the music industry before the new generation learned about what experience they made. And then the new generation knows everything about business, and it started a long time ago. And don't even mention the hip hop industry, who not only artistically at the top, but business wise are monsters of business as well.
Yeah, that's
So
right.
yeah, it's basically, always remember, it's called show business, and there's a reason why. It's a double industry. It's not only the show.
Very well
Because
said.
yeah, and you know what? If you have a great show, if you're a great show person, and you forget about the business side, who knows about this? You cannot be a showman in his bathroom. I mean, that,
You cannot be alone.
yeah, if you are the greatest showman on earth, but in your bathroom and no one knows about it. So basically, we have to ego trip. We have to market ourselves, whether we like it or not. This is the only way to do it, because and you know what, a good agent or a good artist booker, he loves a dynamic talent. He doesn't like a passive talent that says, okay, I give you all of my shows. Yeah, try to find me gigs, and me, I sleep at home watching TV. This is not the way it works. Um, mm,
I totally agree. I
yeah,
really like when you said you are what you do.
yeah,
I really like that. You are what you do, because I believe whatever you do, you're sharing a piece of yourself out
yes.
there. People will see. And then the one that you said, it's okay not to be okay. But the final theme is, it's okay not to be okay, but you have to be okay. You cannot just say, I'm not okay. I'm okay that I'm not okay, but you have to work, or else no food on the table.
Exactly. I agree.
Yeah. My next question, Eve, is, if you're not a singer, then who will you be? What will you be?
I'm going to quote a famous French singer. He was asked that question. He answered the most beautiful answer, but it doesn't bring money. That's the problem.
Okay.
So when he was asked, if you were not a singer, who would you be? I would be a singer fan,
Okay.
because he said I was such a fan of other singers to become myself a singer. So I would be a singer fan if I wasn't a singer. The answer was so poetic, it's very French, but it's totally out of the context, because to be a singer fan, it's only spending money and not making any.
Correct.
So it's
That's right.
zero. But if not a singer, eh, although I'm not very talented for that, but I would have loved to be a pro athlete at some point,
Oh.
a
Any
sport,
particular sport?
um, any, I guess. Any sport is inspiring me, whether it's teamwork, whether it's solo. Um, yeah, because in French, this is very interesting. You call a stage appearance in English performance. In French, performance has nothing to do with stage. The same word means um, an athletic exploit, like something fabulous. That an athlete winning an Olympic medal is a
Oh.
performance. But it has nothing to do with stage. So the word performance, when I heard it in French, related to me to the athlete accomplishment of the gold medal winner or whatever, the champion of this, champion of that. And when I switched to English, international world, etc., I learned the English. I heard the word performance and I thought that was the same word. I mean, the same context, the same meaning. And then people told me, oh, no, 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 no. Performance is just stage appearance. You're a performer, which means you performing on stage. And so there was no idea of that athletic dimension anymore. But in my own world, I connected the two, because I think that an athlete, when he runs in front of an audience, like in a stadium, etc., and a singer who can actually almost sing in the same stadium, yeah, their mission is to give their best. At the same time, they are being observed by a crowd. And you know what? At the end of the day, what's very complex with it is that, of course, you have to connect with the crowd, but also you have to disconnect from the crowd. And I'm sure you experience that as a public speaker,
Yes. Yes.
because this connection, disconnection, connection, disconnection.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. With your experience, like more than 20 years in singing, is still there, like there are dreams that you're still pursuing? What keeps you driven and determined? What else is out there for you to grab?
Okay, I'm going to surprise you. I don't think that dreams or goals define any one of us. And I'm going to explain why.
Okay.
Because if we talk about dreams, objectives, goals, etc., in any one of us, we almost have the same. If you ask someone on the street, if you have the president of a country, if you ask the office manager, okay, our dreams are kind. We will be surprised that all the goals and the dreams that these three people at every sphere of the society, they have the same. They want money, health, family, I don't know, like a car, a big house, or whatever. They want to travel the world. They want to be happy. They want to have a rich, sentimental life, etc. So my vision of it is that goals don't define people at all. Like, because we all have the same goals. So if the goals were defining people, I would be the same. I mean, I would be in the same situation of a homeless or a president. It doesn't change anything. For me, what motivates me on a daily basis is improving the system, not the goals. I don't pay attention to the goals anymore. I pay attention to the system, which is the inside of me. Without goals, without dream, I take that away, but I try to improve the system. And then the actions, if I improve the system, it gets better. Then my actions get better. Then the results are better. So without really pursuing goals, and on top of that, improving the system, it's a perpetual joy, because the goals, they give so much pressure on us. Because, okay, we achieve the goals, and then, oh, I achieve my goals, I have to get another one.
Exactly. After
And
that,
another
then the
one.
next, and then the next.
And then the next, and then the next, and then the next. But am I happy about that? It's a lot of pressure. I know, for example, I got an example that I learned 2 days ago. That a guy, he accomplished everything that he wanted at age 40. That house, that boat, that mansion, that car, that lady, those kids, etc. He became blind at 42. Became blind. He had that gigantic house over the sea. He cannot enjoy anymore. He's blind. He lost his eyes.
Oh,
So all of that, if you don't have the health, then suddenly everything is meaningless. You know what I
that's
mean?
right.
So
Yes.
for me, improving the system is the way. Improving my health, the inside. And then if you improve on the inside, I know it sounds very cliche to say, oh, beautiful on the inside, then you're going to be beautiful on the outside, blah, blah, blah. And people are going to say, hey, you didn't create anything new. No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, if we improve, as a matter of fact, the system, which is our inside, then of course, our actions are going to be better. Because, for example, if I train swimming, I love to swim. If I say to myself, okay, I have to do, I don't know, 40 laps, and then following day 42, etc. You know what? I will obtain a better result if I say to myself, okay, I'm a great swimmer. I'm the best swimmer in the world, and suddenly I will do 50. Because I'm the best swimmer in the world. So I'm not saying I do, I am. And then I do, and then the results are good, and then it's a progress. I don't have to think about the progress. I just have to think about I am, instead of I'll do this, I'll do that, I'll achieve this, I'll achieve that. Everything is going to come by itself, consequently to that.
Wow. I like that, because I totally agree, because I believe that everything starts with us. It starts with you, and whatever is inside, it comes out. The words
Correct.
that you say, the choice of words, the way you think, and then the actions, just like what you said. Because I think if something is good, nothing bad will come out if something is good inside. If you're thinking good, of course you will say something good. I don't think that a person will think bad if something inside is good.
Yeah, absolutely. But as I told you, we are so naive with the goals. What's the most interesting behavior in the world is that even a negative mindset wants to have positive results.
Yes.
It's unbelievable.
Yes.
I said it's like the movie Mission Impossible. Tum,
Ah.
tum, 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 tum. Yeah, but I mean, a
Yeah.
negative mindset, but you still want to have you have a vision of yourself that you're not good with money and you expect to be rich. Good? No. Doesn't work. I'm not saying thinking I'm going to be rich is going to make you rich, but at least you will enjoy the way.
Correct. That's right. That's right. Eve, I'm really enjoying this episode, and I'm learning a lot from the way you think, your perspectives. But I have this question: after all these years, with all what you've learned in life, the people that
Yes.
you've met, what do you think is the greatest lesson that you've learned,
The
whether as a
greatest.
professional singer or as a person?
That everyone is my teacher. Everyone. I'm a student of the other human beings. I'm a perpetual learner. So everyone is my professor, actually. From I pay attention to everyone at every social level. The guy from the street to the guy to the top. I learn from all of them because I see the other humans being as my mirrors. You know, we're not that different. As I told you, our dreams and our goals are all the same. We all want everything that we just mentioned before. So for me, the goals do not define, and the accomplishment of someone I admire, don't get me wrong. But on the minoring notes, I would say, yeah, everyone yeah, everyone is my teacher. Yeah, that's what I
We
would
can
say.
learn something from the people we meet every
Yeah,
day. That's nice. That's a very positive outlook, because I believe with that kind of mindset, every person that you're going to meet, I believe, is someone that can inspire you, can motivate you, because you can learn something, and then you have that kind of positive attitude towards the people. Well, that's very nice, Eve. But Eve, well, what decision you've made in the past that has an impact on who you are at the moment?
hmm. Well, decision to that I made is just to, okay, I'm gonna, how can I say that? I'm gonna make this life my living dream. This is the decision I made. And whatever price it might be, whatever price. Also, because we all want beautiful things, we all want to dream our life, and but whatever the price, yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready, and I keep on being ready. I always pay the price for my choices. So because it's not always fun, as you mentioned before.
Yes.
There's
Yes.
there's a lot of plus, but even the minuses, I'm ready to check bill, as we say in Thailand.
Yes.
Yeah, I accept the bill for that. Yeah.
Nice. Yes. And if if someone or you yourself, you decide that one day I want my life to be in a book. I love reading books. So if you decide, and now a lot of people can do, they can be an author, because a lot of applications nowadays, and a lot of people are writing their own books. You don't need a publisher to actually publish your book. If someone or you decide to write your book, what kind of book will it be, and what will be the title?
Hmm. Yeah, from the night dream to the daydream.
Ah. And what is
That's
it going to be about?
yeah, from the perspective of someone who started to